Okay, I wanted to make this quick video because yesterday my wife messaged me sending me this image of Swatch and AP's collaboration that's coming to London in a few days, right? So I was like, boy, price is estimated between $300 and $500. That's like really cheap. So I added a few more £100 just in case, and I was like, that's still quite cheap because AP is obviously a luxury brand, right? Now, I'm not a watch enthusiast, and I don't pretend to be, right? I don't own a Rolex. This is the most expensive watch I have. It's a Hamilton field watch, and to me, this is like a real watch, right? It's a real watch. It's a workhorse. I wear it more or less every day. Between this and my G-Shock, you know, the one that doesn't run out of battery, and it's just perfect. It sets itself like 3 times a day. That is an amazing watch. I can't find it at the moment though, so I'll put up an image here. Okay, cool. Anyway, my wife sends me this, and I'm like, boy, that would be nice to get, but I bet like the queues are just going to be crazy on Saturday for this thing. But if I was to get one, I would get that navy blue one. See that navy blue one up there? Also the light blue, also the yellow. Now this is really interesting actually, because recently I've been kind of looking at this Timex watch, right? So I've been looking at this Timex watch, right? Because you know what, and it looks exactly like my watch, but just kind of like more fun. It's nice and dinky and fun, and I'm kind of liking those watches at the moment, if I'm being honest. Nice fun, £70, amazing, right? A little toy watch, right? And I like it in that color as well. So when she sent me this AP sort of like Swatch collaboration, I was like, well, that's like within the same ballpark. Okay. Now my brother-in-law messaged me today, and he's like, he messages underneath my latest video, which if you haven't seen it, it's like a bit of my take on the on EVs in high-end vehicles like the Rolls Royces, Bentleys, or whatever, and it's on my page, right? So he comments underneath that, and he's like, oh, can you please make a video explaining the new Swatch AP collection and what it means for the brand, marketing ideas, da da da. And that made me think a little, because I have been seeing a few videos kind of like circulating online talking about this. So what's my take? Well, let's see. They're talking about a new way of, oh my, these didn't say well at all, but they're talking about a new way of wearing watches or telling the time, right? That was in the post by AP, a new way of telling the time. Okay, so and we have these images now, and I hope these are real images, right? Kind of like a lanyard watch, which I would never wear. You should never wear this in London ever. I don't care if it's Swatch, I don't care if it's a Casio. Never wear a watch like this. It's terrible. But this lanyard sort of watch, which is quite interesting. I haven't seen that before, right? Maybe that'd be nice if you're running, but again, why would you wear this whilst you're running? Surely you'd wear like I don't know, an Apple Watch, Garmin, or something like that, right? And then I found out that Swatch did like a collaboration with Omega back in the day, right? And Omega's another sort of like high-end watch, not as high as AP, but you know, and I'm saying AP, Audemars Piguet, whatever, AP, right? So they had a little collaboration sort of thing going on, and yeah, it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of cool, but I'm definitely more excited about this AP one. I never heard about this at the time, but apparently what happened was they done this collaboration. People thought it would bring down the Omega brand, but what happened is new wrists were able to get onto the Omega market, and these people become like the new fans of the Omega brand, and Omega make more sales of their other watches through people knowing about their brand, innit? because Swatch right now is getting a lot of stick at the moment for people are saying like they're killing their brand image. Oh, I'm gonna sell all my APs. This is just what I'm seeing online right now. I'm not a watch enthusiast. I like my watches, right? If you're a watch enthusiast, that's cool though. But for me, I don't know. I think it's a good brand move because it's got people talking. People are divisive over it. Do you know what I mean? And at the same time, it's bringing the brand to this new subsection, this new section of people, probably younger people, or people who wouldn't have otherwise been able to afford the brand, are now knowing about it. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that can only be a good thing. Okay. But this Omega watch looks pretty cool. It looks kind of cool with the Snoopy. I think they call it moon face or something. Whatever, that's kind of cool. Let's go back to AP though. I think it's a good move. To answer my brother-in-law, he was asking what it means for brands and marketing ideas. I think it's a good thing. They're obviously trying to appeal to another part of the market. Maybe AP collectors are worried that the value of their watches will drop. I don't think that will be the case. I think all it's doing is kind of introducing it to more people who will be the future AP fans. And, let's be honest, like people are buying things in different ways now. I don't think people really care about the pomp of luxury. So I think having a fun little kind of like tangent, a collaboration is a nice thing every now and again. I'm not sure how many times AP has done it. But there you go, there you go. Like when I saw this, even I was thinking, okay, I might just head down to London. I might just head down to London just to get this. And then I thought of the queue, and then I called up the Swatch store at Battersea Power Station, which is the closest one to me. And they were saying like, yeah, they're expecting lines, and they can't reveal anything, they can't reveal the price, they can't reveal anything. Apparently, security is gonna escort people who've been waiting for a long time into the store to buy the watches, so that there's not this big rush, which I find interesting. So again, a lot of buzz, a lot of, I see this kind of thing with like wrestling. You have your KSIs and Speeds and Logan Pauls, who back in the day, back in the 90s, they probably wouldn't have got a look in, but branding has changed and it's shifted, and it's now the next generation as well. And I also see this in things like boxing as well, with like Misfits boxing, YouTubers boxing for titles and all of that sort of thing. I saw what's his name, Eddie Hearn, not Eddie Hearn, is that his name? The world's strongest man. Let me just double check his name. Eddie Eddie Hall, sorry. Eddie Hall, world's strongest man, or former world's strongest man, right? I saw him kind of wrestling against two people, 2-on-1 wrestling matches. KSI also done the wrestling match against two guys in one night, right? It's just, things are just shifting and people are being disruptive. This is another disruptive marketing strategy from AP and Swatch. I'm a supporter of it. If I could, I would buy one. I think you can only buy one at a time. They did say that. And who knows, like, I don't like this lanyard thing. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the lanyard, but that's kind of cool that you can kind of interchange the different watch faces, and it looks as good as like a Royal Oak. It's called Royal Pop. Let's look at the Royal Oaks. Royal Oak watch. Yeah, man. If you are an AP fan, whatever, then it's not taken away from you. You still have a very expensive watch, but there's just some people like me out here that just would never buy into that. So that whole market's closed off, which, maybe that's the intention, the exclusivity of it. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? We are where we are. So anyway, that's my thoughts on it. Big shout out to my brother-in-law, who actually got me to make this video. He actually put the idea in my head. but yeah, I hope that's kind of like cleared up any disillusion. This is just my take again. Take this as a take from somebody who is not pretending to be a watch like I don't know everything about watches. There's a few watches that I like that I know the names of, and that's about it. Like I said, I don't own a Rolex, don't own a Cartier. Yeah, but yeah, I like what I like, and this is just my idea. This, yeah, that's it.